Using science, I made a rainbow-colored flame that I'm able to hold and combine into a fire tornado. I also made water that instantly turns into ice when you touch it. And with just powdered sugar, I mastered the ancient art of fire breathing with no experience. But I'm not stopping there, because today we're gonna test level 1 to 1000 science experiments. And the goal by the end of the video is not only to learn how these experiments work, but also why they work. Starting with level 1, we're making a magic lighter that ignites a floating flame. Take a normal pen and dip the ink onto the tip of a lighter and watch the magic happen. Oh yeah, the flame is floating! This works because normally when a lighter burns, it emits blue light like this. But when ink is burned, it's emitting ultraviolet light, which we can't see with our human eyes. This creates an illusion of the flame floating in midair. Moving on to level 100. Did you know that we can bend light using water? So if we shoot the laser pointer through normal water, it's just a straight line. Nothing really interesting happens. But when you shoot lasers through different liquids, it can alter the behaviors. Let's try the salt water first. So now the bottom has a layer of salt water. Let's see what happens when we shine our laser through it. As you can see, with normal water, the laser just goes straight, but as we move down lower and lower, now we're entering the saltwater zone. The laser is bending at the tip. This is happening because the salt water is more dense, which means the light is traveling a little slower. Let's see what happens if we pour oil inside. So now that our oil has settled, we now have a smooth surface at the bottom here, and it's creating a divide between the oil and the water. Let's turn off the lights. When you shine the laser through oil, look at what happens. It creates a laser reflection. This is because the oil has a smooth surface at the top and the bottom. It kind of acts like a mirror for the laser. For this next experiment, we're gonna make things levitate with the power of the force. And in this case, that's an electrical force. We just need a couple things: balloon, plastic bag, and some scissors. First, blow up your balloon. Bam. And this is just a simple grocery bag I took from the grocery store. And all we gotta do is just cut up a section in the middle. After you cut out your ring of plastic here, next step is pretty simple. Rub both of these on your shirt, and this will create a negative static charge. Ooh. I'm feeling myself. Here we go. Watch the magic happen. Oh yeah, baby. We're now making the bag float with the power of electrical force. As you rub the bag and the balloon, they're both becoming negatively charged, and it's kind of like a magnet repelling each other. That's what's making them float. And with the power of the force, make it rise again. This trick just goes to show that there's more to our world than what we can see with our naked eye. For this next experiment, I'm going to show you how to win a free gaming console or a smartphone or Amazon gift cards with a total value of $5,000. It's pretty simple. All you gotta do is experiment with Raid Shadow Legends. I know the game is a meme, but you can get free stuff if you start an account during the Summer Tavern event. Here's how. Download Raid using my QR code or the link in the description. Go to summertavern.playrium.com. Enter your Raid ID and start searching for hidden items. Play through the entire minigame and you'll be entered to win. Plus, you'll get free 2 months of YouTube Premium subscription if you download Raid before July 17th. Play for at least 5 days and hit level 20 within 30 days. What I like about Raid is that there's a lot of character variety. My personal favorite is Mithrala. When you download Raid using my QR code or the link below, you'll immediately get a huge starter pack with the epic champion Tayrel and another starter pack when you hit level 25 with epic Rector Draft. Find me under the name Hafu Go and join my Go clan. Make sure you go download Raid Shadow Legends for a chance to win these prizes. This next experiment is one of the coolest but also easiest experiments to do. We're gonna make instant ice. Here we just have a normal bottle of Fiji water, but watch what happens when I slam it. Ice starts to form. You see that? That is so cool. Because this is a bottle of super cooled water. I tried a lot of different methods to make these super cooled waters, and this is the best one I found. So first, you take your Fiji waters and you just put them in the fridge and leave them in the fridge for 3 hours. So after the waters have been chilling for a couple hours in the fridge, now we're gonna move it into the freezer. And now we need to set a timer for 2 hours. When you're taking it out, be very careful not to shake the bottle. Now you're ready for some experiments. Now let's test the instant ice with some frozen fruits. So this will produce a really cool effect. This is a whole bottle of super cooled water. We're just gonna pour it in here. Ooh, cold, that is cold, that is cold. I'm just blow drying it so it's not foggy, so you can see it better. Let's start with the strawberry. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so cool. It's like an instant iced lollipop. So we super cooled the water to below freezing temperature, but why was it still liquid? Because for water to turn into ice, it needs particles to form ice crystals around. Normally, it would be the chemicals or dust in your tap water. But purified water doesn't have those chemicals, so the crystallization process can't start. That's why when you tap it, it starts the process. Or if you pour the super cool water onto the ice, it will start forming because the ice is starting the crystallization process. That is so cool. Wow. Woo! That is cold, but that's almost like a magic trick. For this experiment, we're gonna make slime come to life with magnets. So to make the slime, just take a bottle of Elmer's glue and let's squirt it into the bowl and just add equal parts water. And now we mix until it's fully dissolved. Next, we're gonna take a 1/4 teaspoon of borax and we're gonna dissolve it into a 1/2 cup of water. Slowly pour in our borax solution into the glue. Now we just need to pour it out and knead it like bread. That is a weird texture. Now we got the slime, we're gonna make it magnetic. These are iron filings. You can be pretty generous here. The more you put in, the more magnetic it will be. Our slime is ready. To make our slime come alive, we just need this, a strong magnet. And later, we're gonna test it with this super magnet and see what happens. Oh, yo! Oh my God, do you see that? What would happen if I just threw this whole thing in? Oh, yo, this is cool. Now let's try it with our big boy super magnet. Let's see. Oh, oi, oi. It looks like a Pokemon, to be honest. Now let's put the slime onto the super magnet and see what happens. Whoa. It just like immediately cleans on. For this experiment, we're gonna make a magnetic motor using a simple AA battery, magnets, and some copper wire. The first step is stick the magnet to the bottom of the battery. We're gonna make this copper wire spin with the motor, so we wanna make a shape. The easiest shape we can make is like a McDonald's M. Here we go! Spin! Why is it not spinning? Just give it a little head start. Whoa! Yo! That's spinning really well. These coils are moving because the magnets that we placed here are creating a magnetic field. Lastly, this is my favorite shape. I love you all. And this is for you. Spin! You can make any shape with the coil as long as it's perfectly balanced. Now let's spin into the next experiment. For our next experiment, we're gonna make this egg explode with the help of some science. First off, all you gotta do is just peel it. Nice and simple there. And now, get a plate and a small bowl or a cover. We need the cover in case it explodes on us. We don't want to clean up the mess. Pop it in there. In my testing, I found that 30 to 40 seconds seems to be about the sweet spot. Not on my watch. I'll give you a quick demonstration. 3, 2, 1. Ooh! We're now gonna play a game of egg roulette with my roommate, Doug. You ready?
I'm ready.
Rock, paper, scissors on who goes first.
All right, ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I got him. Okay, I'm strategically gonna go for this one. Oh, I don't like that, I don't like that.
All right, that one's normal.
Okay, nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna go for this one. Okay, that was a normal
You didn't even
too.
stand back on that one. You stood back on mine like you know which ones they are.
Oh, it's all random, man. Oh, crap.
Okay.
All right. All right, let's clear the board. We're now down to the last two. Make your choice wisely.
The last two nuts. Wow, look at that. Jeez.
Yeah, because there was like a buildup of steam inside and the white parts trapped the steam in.
Oh.
So when you cut into it, explodes out. With this next experiment, we're gonna be able to alter one of the primary elements, fire. So normally, when you light a fire, it's orange. But with these ingredients right here, we're able to change the color of the flame. Remember, never go in raw, always wear protection. So we got 5 tins here, and each one of them we're gonna fill up with our fuel, methanol. All right, as you can see, methanol just lights as a blue flame. The second tin, let's add some boric acid in there. Oh yeah, baby. Have you ever seen such a pretty flame? It's like a video game flame. And this is completely safe to burn. This is so cool. And then our next flame is gonna be purple with the salt substitute. Let's add that in there. Look at that. It's a little hard to tell the difference between purple and blue, but that's definitely purple in real life. You know, our next container, we're just gonna add normal table salt, which will make it yellow. Look at that. That is incredible. Lastly, we got the lithium. Oh, look at that. It instantly reacts. Whoa! That is a very vibrant red color. Like, I cannot believe this exists in real life. We can also combine these colored flames with our previous fire hands experiment to make color flames you can hold. Now we're gonna combine all these colors and make a rainbow colored flame tornado. So this is a mesh trash can glued to a Lazy Susan. As it spins, air catches inside, propelling the flame upwards, making a giant tornado. It's go time. Oh, yeah, that is amazing. Look at that. This almost doesn't even look real. Whoa! Let's blast off into the next experiment. Would you believe me if I told you I could make a balloon invincible? This is just a regular balloon. And this is a thumbtack. And let's place it down. Do you think this will pop? Ah! I mean, oh, yeah. Man, that's kind of to be expected, right? But what if we added more thumbtacks? You would think this would probably pop instantly, right? Let's find out. Nobody's better at blowing than me. Let's see. Look at that, it's not popping. And not just that, we can even add some weight to it. One gold play button weighs about 5 pounds, and the balloon is perfectly supporting this. So let's add more weight. Adding a second play button, this is 10 pounds. Look, I'm not even touching it. I'm just helping it balance. This balloon has now become invincible. I can even like bounce it, give it a little jiggle, and it's still not popping. The explanation for this is actually quite simple. This is because when there's only just one pin, all the pressure is focused on that singular point. But when we place a bunch of pins underneath, the pressure is distributed all across these 100 pins, and each one of them doesn't have enough pressure to pop the balloon. This is very counterintuitive, and people use the same law of physics to walk on nails. Let's add more weight. I'll just use my third hand, hold it in place. There we go. Okay, let go. Yo, look at that. The balloon is like fully, I guess we found the limit. On to the next experiment. This next experiment can be potentially fatal if done wrong. So do not try this at home. I am gonna attempt the dangerous art of fire breathing without any previous experience. So when you normally see professional fire breathers, they train for years because they need to learn to not swallow the toxic lamp oil that they use, and so they don't burn their face off. But I'm gonna attempt the same trick a little differently. So all we need is some powdered sugar. Powdered sugar, when you burn it normally, it kind of just melts like a marshmallow. It doesn't really catch on fire. This is because powdered sugar is so fine that there's no room for oxygen to go in and catch on fire. But if we take the powdered sugar, put it in our mouth, and spit it out onto a burning flame, something different will happen. And with the power of science, we just successfully attempted fire breathing with no previous experience. Let's go bigger. That was freaking cool, man. For our final experiment, we're gonna make fireworks using these two things: 9-volt battery and steel wool. Normally, you wouldn't think this stuff is flammable, but watch what happens when I touch them together. Look at that. It just instantly ignites. When the battery touches the steel wool, it completes the electric circuit. But steel wool isn't a great conductor, so it generates a lot of resistance. And resistance generates heat. When there's enough heat, fire. And because steel wool is made up of such fine strands, it has a lot of surface area to catch oxygen, which makes it ignite even faster. And when we tie it to an end of a rope and swing it around, that's when we get fireworks. Now it's dark and we're in a park. It's time to set off some fireworks. Ready? Woo! Woo! That is hot, bro. Woohoo! This is so cool, man. Now, that was incredibly cool, and it's such a cheap thing to make as well. But there's something even cooler we can do, and it's a camera trick. So if you set your camera to a setting called long exposure, you can recreate the Doctor Strange portal. We're gonna become Doctor Strange! Goodbye! And now we just need to bring it into Photoshop and let the magic happen. Here's the final result. Make sure you go claim your prizes by downloading Raid Shadow Legends using my QR code or link below.
And click the screen to watch more science experiments.